The rain was cold the night Anna Reed died. She stood alone on the rooftop of the Reed Corporation building, the city lights below blurred by tears she refused to let fall. 5 years of hard work, gone. Her reputation destroyed. Her designs stolen. Her family's trust shattered. And the person who did it stood behind her. Anna, Lily Reed's soft voice came, almost gentle. You really shouldn't have fought me. Anna didn't turn around immediately. Even now, her little sister sounded innocent. Why? Anna finally asked, her voice hoarse. You already had everything. A small pause. Then Lily sighed, almost impatient. Because you were in the way. The words hit harder than the cold wind. Anna slowly turned. Under the rooftop lights, Lily looked flawless, elegant dress, perfect makeup, the image of the Reed family's pride. The same face their mother always doted on. The same daughter their father always introduced with a smile. Never Anna. You could have just asked, Anna whispered. Lily laughed softly. You still don't understand, sister. She stepped closer, her eyes no longer sweet. In this world, the one who hesitates loses. Anna's chest tightened. In her last moments, everything became painfully clear, the stolen design, the falsified evidence, the family turning their backs, none of it was accidental. Lily had planned it all. The wind howled. Her foot slipped. For a brief second, Anna saw Lily's hand move forward, not to save her, but to push. Anna gasped awake. Bright sunlight stabbed into her eyes. Her heart pounded wildly as she sat up in bed, fingers clutching the sheets. She was breathing, fast, uneven, but alive. Alive. Her gaze snapped around the room. Her bedroom. Her old bedroom. The soft cream curtains. The slightly crooked bookshelf. The small crack in the wall near the door she had noticed years ago. Her hands began to tremble. No way. Anna stumbled out of bed and rushed to the desk. The digital clock flashed the date. June 3rd. 5 years ago. The day before everything began. The day before Lily stole her first major design. For a long moment, Anna just stood there. Then slowly, very slowly, she laughed. It wasn't a happy sound. So, she murmured softly, eyes darkening, you gave me another chance. Memories from her last life surged forward, every betrayal, every cold glance from her parents, every moment she was told to stop competing with your sister. Her fingers curled tightly. In her past life, she had confronted Lily immediately. She had tried to protect her work. She had tried to explain the truth. And what did that get her? Ruined. Disgraced. Dead. Anna walked to the mirror. The reflection staring back was younger, softer, still hopeful. But her eyes were no longer the same. This time, she wouldn't make the same mistake. A soft knock came from the door. Anna. Mary Reed's voice called. Are you awake? Lily needs to borrow your laptop later. Anna's lips curved slowly. Right on schedule. In her previous life, this was the moment everything started, Lily borrowing her laptop, then mysteriously submitting Anna's unfinished design as her own. Anna had panicked back then. She had refused. She had argued. And somehow, the final story became, Anna was jealous of her talented younger sister. How laughable. Anna opened the door. Mary stood there, already dressed elegantly, her expression mildly impatient. Well, don't look so dazed early in the morning, her mother said. Your sister has an important presentation soon. Be supportive. Of course. Always Lily first. Anna lowered her gaze slightly, hiding the cold clarity in her eyes. Okay, Mom, she said softly. Mary looked briefly surprised. Anna was usually more resistant, but quickly nodded in satisfaction. That's more like it. As her mother walked away, Anna leaned lightly against the doorframe. From downstairs came Lily's bright, sweet voice. Mom, is Anna awake? I really need her help today, Tilda. The same tone. The same performance. Anna closed her eyes briefly. When she opened them again, they were completely calm. Don't worry, Lily, she whispered under her breath. Her fingers gently rested on her laptop. This time, instead of locking it away, Anna deliberately left it open on the desk. The design files clearly visible. Waiting. Her lips curved faintly, not warm, not kind. Cold and patient. I'll help you take everything. Fade out. Morning sunlight spilled across the Reed family dining table, warm and peaceful, a sharp contrast to the quiet storm already brewing beneath the surface. Anna Reed sat calmly, stirring her coffee. Across from her, Lily Reed was putting on her usual act, bright smile, soft voice, eyes full of practiced innocence. Anna, Lily said sweetly, tilting her head, about your laptop. Is it okay if I use it this morning? Mine is acting weird. Anna lifted her gaze slowly. In her previous life, this exact moment had made her tense. Suspicious. Defensive. This time, she only smiled faintly. Of course. The spoon in Mary Reed's hand paused mid-air. Even Lily blinked. Really? Lily asked, almost too quickly. Anna nodded gently. You said your presentation is important. For a brief second, so fast most people would miss it, Lily's eyes flashed with something sharp. Greed. But it disappeared just as quickly. You're the best, sister. Lily beamed, already reaching for the laptop Anna had placed beside her chair. Anna lowered her gaze, hiding the cold clarity in her eyes. Take it. Take it all. By noon, the company design department was buzzing. Anna walked into the office quietly, her expression composed, as if nothing in the world concerned her. But the whispers had already started. Did you hear? Lily Reed submitted an amazing concept this morning. I know. The director personally praised her. They say it might become the flagship project this quarter. Anna placed her bag down slowly. Right on time. In her past life, this was the moment her world began collapsing, when she ran frantically to check the system and saw her unfinished design submitted under Lily's name. Her chest had felt like it was being crushed. This time, she simply opened her computer and calmly pulled up her hidden backup folder. Every file, every timestamp, every access log, perfectly preserved. A quiet voice spoke beside her. You don't look surprised. Anna turned slightly. Ryan Cole stood there, leaning casually against the cubicle wall. His expression was thoughtful, eyes sharp behind his relaxed demeanor. In her previous life, Ryan had been nothing more than a polite colleague. But now, Anna looked at him more carefully. Observant. Too observant. Anna gave a small, calm smile. Should I be? Ryan studied her for a moment longer than comfortable. Most people would be, he said. Anna simply closed her laptop. Well, she replied softly, maybe I trust my sister. Ryan didn't answer immediately. But his gaze lingered, thoughtful, unconvinced. Interesting. That afternoon, the Reed family living room was unusually lively. Mary was practically glowing. Lily, Director Chen personally called me today, she said proudly. He said your design was outstanding. Lily lowered her head shyly, though her smile was barely contained. I just got lucky, she said modestly. Anna sat quietly on the sofa, flipping a magazine. Invisible. As usual. David Reed finally spoke from his armchair, his tone measured. This is good for the family's reputation. That was the highest praise he ever gave. Mary shot Anna a quick glance. See. Learn from your sister a little, she said lightly. Don't always bury yourself in useless work. The room fell briefly quiet. In the past, this was where Anna's chest would tighten. Where she would try to explain. Where she would fight. Now. She simply turned a page. She murmured calmly. Mary frowned slightly, clearly thrown off by the lack of reaction. Lily, however, was watching Anna carefully. Too carefully. That night, Lily stood quietly in Anna's doorway. Sister, she said softly. Anna looked up from her desk. Yes. For a moment, Lily hesitated, just a fraction. You're not upset about the design, right? She asked. There it was. Testing. In her last life, Anna had exploded here. Accused. Demanded answers. And pushed Lily to become more careful, more vicious. This time, Anna's expression remained gentle. Why would I be upset? She asked mildly. Lily's eyes flickered. Anna continued calmly, her voice light. You did well. I'm proud of you. Silence filled the room. For the first time. Lily looked slightly unsettled. But then she smiled again, sweet and bright. Thank you, sister. As Lily walked away, Anna's gaze slowly darkened. Yes. Grow confident. Grow bold. Because the higher you climb, the harder you fall. Across the office the next day, Ryan watched Anna quietly from his desk. His fingers tapped lightly against the table. Something about Anna Reed was not what it seemed. Fade out. The applause came too easily. Anna Reed stood at the edge of the conference room, fingers loosely wrapped around a paper cup of coffee, as Lily Reed basked in the center of the spotlight. Director Chen was practically glowing. Excellent work, Lily. Truly impressive for someone so young. Lily lowered her head modestly, but the small lift of her chin betrayed her pride. I still have a lot to learn, she said sweetly. Anna took a slow sip of coffee. Yes, you do. Around the room, colleagues whispered openly now. She's rising fast. I heard the Moore Group might collaborate with her project. That could change everything for the Reed family. At the mention of the Moore Group, Lily's eyes sparkled just for a second. Anna noticed. Of course she did. In her previous life, Lily's obsession with wealth had started later, slower. But this time, without resistance. The greed was blooming early. Good. Very good. Later that afternoon, Anna was reviewing files when Ryan Cole dropped into the chair across from her desk without warning. You're very calm, he said bluntly. Anna didn't look up. I drink a lot of coffee. Ryan's mouth twitched slightly, unimpressed. That design Lily submitted, he continued, voice low, looks similar to your previous drafts. Anna's fingers paused on the keyboard for exactly half a second. Then resumed typing. Design trends overlap, she replied smoothly. Ryan leaned forward slightly, studying her face. You're not even curious how she got it. Anna finally looked up. Her expression was perfectly mild. Ryan, she said gently, are you trying to start office drama? For a long moment, they held eye contact. Ryan exhaled slowly and leaned back. Maybe, he admitted. But his eyes said something else. He didn't believe her. Not even a little. That evening, the Reed household was unusually lively again. Mary had gone all out, fresh flowers on the table, her best dishes prepared, even the good wine opened. Anna didn't need to ask why. Right on schedule, Lily came downstairs in a carefully chosen dress. Mom, is it too much? She asked, spinning lightly. Mary beamed. Not at all. You look perfect. Anna quietly served herself soup. Invisible. Comfortably invisible. David Reed entered the dining room, adjusting his cufflinks. The Moore Group's young heir will attend tonight's charity mixer, he said. Lily's spoon clinked against her bowl. Very softly. But Anna heard it. Mary's eyes lit up immediately. That's wonderful. Lily, you must make a good impression. Lily tried to look modest again, but her voice was just a little too eager. I'll do my best. Anna lowered her gaze, hiding the faint curve of her lips. Jason Moore. In her last life, Lily met him much later after she had already built a stable reputation. But now, everything was accelerating. Which meant mistakes would come sooner too. The charity mixer was elegant, crowded, and full of carefully polished smiles. Anna stood near the back of the hall, deliberately out of the spotlight. Ryan appeared beside her again, hands in his pockets. You don't like these events either, he asked casually. Anna glanced at him. I like observing, she said simply. Ryan hummed softly. You're definitely observing something. Before Anna could reply, a small stir rippled through the crowd. Lily had just approached Jason Moore. Anna's eyes sharpened slightly. Jason was exactly as she remembered, tall, composed, carrying the effortless confidence of someone born into power. Lily's smile was flawless. Her voice soft. Her posture carefully calculated. Perfect. Too perfect. Ryan followed Anna's line of sight. Your sister moves fast, he murmured. Anna took a slow sip of champagne. Yes, she said quietly. On the other side of the room, Jason's polite smile remained in place, but his eyes were cool. Measuring. not convinced. Anna noticed that too. And for the first time that night, her smile deepened slightly. The first crack had appeared. Later, in the quiet hallway outside the ballroom, Lily finally cornered Anna. "Sister." Anna turned calmly. Lily stepped closer, her voice lowered. "You've been very supportive lately." There was something probing in her tone now. Careful. Suspicious. Anna tilted her head slightly, expression gentle. "Is that a problem?" Lily's eyes searched her face. For a long moment. Too long. Then Lily smiled again, but it didn't reach her eyes this time. "Of course not," she said lightly. Anna simply nodded. But as Lily walked away, her steps were just a little less confident than before. Ryan's voice came quietly from behind Anna. "She's starting to feel it." Anna didn't turn around. Her gaze remained on Lily's retreating figure. "Yes," she said softly. "Right on time. Fade out." The first sign of trouble came quietly. Too quietly. Anna Reed was reviewing quarterly reports when the office chat suddenly exploded with notifications. Urgent. Client feedback on Reed project. Her fingers stilled over the mouse. Right on schedule. Across the open office, Lily Reed was still smiling, still radiant, completely unaware that the ground beneath her was beginning to shift. Anna clicked the message calmly. "Client request. Please provide original concept drafts and development timeline for verification." Anna's lips curved faintly. In her previous life, this request had been intercepted by her. She had rushed to fix the gaps, unknowingly saving Lily from early exposure. This time, she leaned back in her chair and did absolutely nothing. Across the room, Lily's phone buzzed. Once. Twice. 3 times. Anna watched carefully. The moment Lily read the message, her shoulders stiffened, just slightly. Her fingers tightened around the phone. There it was. The first real crack. But Lily recovered quickly. She stood, smoothed her hair, and walked briskly toward Director Chen's office. Still confident. Still believing she could handle it. Anna lowered her gaze again. Yes. Run faster. By evening, the tension in the Reed household was thick enough to taste. Mary Reed was pacing the living room. "What do they mean by verification?" she demanded sharply. Lily already presented everything perfectly. Lily sat on the sofa, back straight, face pale but controlled. "It's just standard procedure," she said, though her voice was a little too tight. Anna quietly poured herself tea in the corner. Invisible. Listening. David Reed's expression was more serious than usual. "Can you provide the drafts they're asking for?" he asked bluntly. For the first time. Lily hesitated. Just half a second. But it was enough. Mary immediately turned to Anna, eyes sharp. "Anna, didn't Lily use your laptop that day? You should have the backup files, right?" The room fell silent. In her last life, this was where Anna had rushed forward, anxious and eager to prove her innocence. She had handed over everything. And unknowingly helped Lily cover the holes. This time. Anna lifted her cup slowly and took a small sip. Then she blinked, as if just remembering. "Oh," she said softly, "I cleaned my folders last week." Mary's face froze. "What do you mean cleaned?" Anna looked mildly apologetic. "I thought the files were old drafts," she said gently. "So I deleted most of them." The silence that followed was deafening. Lily's fingers dug into the sofa cushion. Hard. David's brows furrowed. Mary's voice rose immediately. "How could you be so careless? Your sister needed those." Anna lowered her eyes obediently. "I'm sorry, Mom." Her tone was soft. Submissive. Perfectly harmless. But across the room, Lily was staring at her. Really staring. For the first time, there was real unease in her eyes. "Good. You're finally starting to feel it." Later that night, Anna stood alone on the balcony, cool air brushing against her face. Footsteps approached behind her. "Ryan. You deleted the files on purpose," he said quietly. Not a question. A statement. Anna didn't turn. "What makes you think that?" Ryan stepped beside her, arms resting lightly on the railing. "Because," he said calmly, "you're not the careless type." The city lights reflected in Anna's eyes. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. Then Anna finally said, very softly, "Some lessons, people only learn the hard way." Ryan studied her profile. "Including your sister?" Anna's lips curved faintly. But she didn't answer. The next day, the charity mixer fallout arrived faster than expected. News spread through the company. The Moore Group had requested further review before moving forward. Translation? Jason Moore was hesitating. Lily's perfect upward climb had stalled. In the design department, whispers were no longer subtle. Something feels off. The timeline she submitted has gaps. Director Chen looks stressed. At her desk, Anna worked quietly, expression serene. Across the room, Lily was no longer glowing. Her smile was tighter. Her movements sharper. Pressure was building. Exactly as planned. Ryan's voice came softly from behind Anna's chair. "You know," he said, "most people would call this cruel." Anna finally looked up. Her eyes were calm, clear, unwavering. "Do you?" she asked. Ryan held her gaze for a long moment. Then slowly, he shook his head. "No," he said. And for the first time, he was standing completely on her side. Anna turned back to her screen, fingers moving lightly across the keyboard. In her mind, she whispered quietly, "Climb higher, Lily. You're not at the top yet. Fade out." The fall, when it finally began, was not dramatic. It was quiet, ruthless, and impossible to stop. Monday morning arrived with a storm. Anna Reed stepped into the design department and immediately felt the shift in the air. Conversations cut off too quickly. Eyes followed Lily Reed a little too openly. The whispers were no longer hidden. At Lily's desk, Director Chen stood with a tight expression. "We need to talk. Now." Lily forced a smile. "Of course." But Anna saw it, the faint tremor in her sister's fingers as she stood. The cracks were spreading fast. Ryan Cole appeared beside Anna, voice low. "It's happening." Anna simply opened her laptop. "Yes," she said quietly. "It is." Inside the glass meeting room, the atmosphere was suffocating. Anna didn't need to be inside to know what was being said. She had memorized this moment from her last life only back then. She had been the one sitting in Lily's chair. Director Chen's voice, sharp even through the glass. "The Moore Group conducted an independent review." A pause. Then, "They cannot verify the original development trail of your design." Silence. Heavy. Dangerous. Lily's face had gone pale now. Truly pale. I can explain," she said quickly. But for the first time, her voice lacked its usual sweetness. Director Chen's eyes were no longer warm. "Then explain." Outside, the office buzz was reaching fever pitch. Anna's screen displayed her carefully organized evidence folder. Every file. Every timestamp. Every access log from 5 years ago. Untouched. Waiting. Ryan leaned against her desk, watching her quietly. "You've had this the whole time," he said. Anna didn't deny it. "Yes." Ryan studied her profile. "You really waited." Anna's fingers hovered over the mouse. Her voice was calm. "Some truths only matter when the timing is right." By afternoon, the Reed household was already in chaos. Mary Reed was on the phone, her voice sharp and panicked. "There must be some misunderstanding. My daughter would never." She froze mid-sentence as the front door opened. Lily walked in. Her makeup was still perfect. Her posture still straight. But her eyes, for the first time in Anna's memory, looked shaken. David Reed stood slowly from the sofa. "What happened at the company?" Lily opened her mouth. Closed it. For once, no perfect answer came. Mary rushed forward immediately. "Don't worry, Lily. Tell Mom what's going on." Lily's gaze shifted. Slowly. Until it landed on Anna. Standing quietly near the stairs. Watching. Always watching. And suddenly, something in Lily's expression changed. Sharp. Suspicious. Cold. "You knew," Lily said. The room went still. Mary frowned. "What are you talking about?" But Lily was still staring at Anna. You knew from the beginning. Anna tilted her head slightly, expression calm. Knew what? The innocence in her voice was flawless. Too flawless. Lily's breathing grew uneven. You deleted the files, you didn't stop me, you. Her voice broke. Just slightly. Understanding was finally dawning. Slow. Painful. Inevitable. Anna stepped forward gently. Her voice soft. Almost kind. I gave you every chance, Lily. The words landed like a blade. Lily's eyes widened. You. Before she could finish, David's phone rang sharply in the tense silence. He answered. Listened. His face darkened. When he hung up, his voice was heavy. The Moore Group has officially suspended cooperation. Mary gasped. Lily staggered back one step. Just one. But it was the first real stumble. Anna watched quietly. No triumph on her face. No gloating. Only calm certainty. Because this was only the beginning of the fall. Ryan's message buzzed softly on Anna's phone. Ready when you are. Anna's fingers tightened slightly around the device. Then she typed back two simple words. Not yet. Across the room, Lily was still staring at her. Finally seeing. Finally understanding. But it was too late. Far too late. Anna met her sister's gaze steadily. And for the first time, she did not look like the weaker one. Fade out. The collapse came at dawn. Anna Reed arrived at the office earlier than usual, the morning air still cool and quiet. But the company building was anything but calm. By the time she stepped into the design department, the news had already exploded. Internal audit report released. Source files confirmed manipulated. Whispers were no longer whispers. They were open conversations. Open judgment. At Lily Reed's desk, the chair was empty. Ryan Cole walked over slowly, holding a tablet. His expression was calm, but his eyes searched Anna's face. It's done, he said. Anna nodded once. Yes. At midnight, the final piece of evidence had been submitted anonymously, cleanly, impossible to refute. Not an accusation. Just facts. Cold. Precise. Irrefutable. Ryan studied her for a moment. You don't look happy. Anna's gaze remained steady on the empty desk across the room. I'm not, she said quietly. Because victory had never been the point. The Reed family home was in complete disarray. Mary Reed sat pale on the sofa, phone clutched tightly in her hand. Her usual elegance had cracked overnight. David Reed stood by the window, shoulders heavy. The front door opened slowly. Lily walked in. Gone was the polished rising star. Her hair was slightly messy. Her makeup smudged. Her eyes red. For the first time in her life. Lily Reed looked defeated. Mary rushed forward immediately. Lily. Tell me it's not true, tell Mom they're wrong. Lily didn't answer. Her gaze moved slowly across the room. Until it landed on Anna. Standing quietly near the stairs. Calm. Composed. Waiting. Lily let out a soft, broken laugh. It was you. Mary froze. What are you saying? But Lily kept staring at Anna, eyes trembling with something raw and exposed. You had the files the whole time, she said hoarsely. You knew from the beginning. The room fell into suffocating silence. Anna didn't deny it. Didn't flinch. Didn't look away. Yes, she said softly. Mary gasped. Anna. David's brows drew together sharply. But Lily just stared. Her voice shook. Then why, she demanded. Why didn't you stop me? The question echoed through the living room. 5 years ago, in another life. Anna had asked the same thing. Why did you push me? Why didn't you stop? Anna walked forward slowly until she stood directly in front of her sister. For the first time, her voice carried quiet weight. Because you never listened when I tried. Lily's breathing hitched. Anna continued, calm but firm. In the past, I warned you. I argued with you. I tried to pull you back. Her eyes softened, but only slightly. And you only pushed harder. Silence. Heavy. Painful. Lily's hands began to shake. I thought, Lily whispered, voice cracking, I thought you were competing with me. Anna shook her head gently. I was trying to protect you. That was the final blow. Lily's knees gave slightly as she sank onto the sofa, face pale with realization. Not anger. Not hatred. Something worse. Understanding. Mary's voice came out weak. Lily, is this true? For once in her life, Lily couldn't perform. Couldn't smile. Couldn't lie. Her shoulders slowly collapsed. Yes. The word was barely audible. Mary covered her mouth, eyes filling with tears. David closed his eyes briefly, the weight of it settling heavily on his face. The perfect daughter. The overlooked daughter. They had seen wrong all along. Later that evening, the house was quiet. Too quiet. Anna stood on the balcony, cool night air brushing against her face, just like the night of her death in her previous life. Footsteps approached. Ryan stopped beside her. It's over, he said gently. Anna looked out at the city lights. Is it? Ryan followed her gaze. After a moment, he spoke again. She'll have to start from the bottom now. Anna was quiet for a long time. Then she said softly, maybe that's what she needed. Inside the house, through the glass door, Lily sat alone on the sofa, no spotlight, no praise, no perfect mask. Just a young woman finally forced to face herself. Ryan glanced at Anna. And you? He asked quietly. What do you need now? For the first time since her rebirth. Anna smiled. Not cold. Not calculated. Just free. A fresh start, she said. Ryan's lips curved slightly. Good, he replied. The city lights shimmered below. And this time, Anna Reed walked forward. Not toward revenge. But toward her own life.